just. So I'm excited about our start tonight, but we understand points in the paint are a big deal. Again, they're tops in the league in that category as well.
Chris, what are the intangibles, not the basketball stuff? We all know what Paige brings basketball-wise, but in your words, the intangibles that are present when Paige is in the lineup and available.
Yeah, just how much gravity she has. And her ability she just makes everybody around her better when she's on the floor. The attention that she brings and her willingness to play different roles, to be the scorer, to be a screener, to continue to cut and move off the ball when she's not touching the ball, just helps our offense, helps us be organized. And then, she infuses her team with confidence when she's out there on the floor with them. She's talking to them nonstop, and everyone is just a better version of themselves.
So can I tell you, when this is kind of off subject, but not off subject, but when you guys play on Sundays, how do you tap into those spiritual components? Now, I know everybody has all the different type of faiths. You play every day, and you should be tapping in on your spiritual components, but especially on Sundays, what do you guys do as a group to tap into that? Because, the spiritual component is the most important component of health and fitness in sports. So how do you tap into that?
Sure. I think, we try to create a space for everyone to tap into every side of their being, and especially on Sundays. We've got a group that is in touch with their spiritual side. So, there's gospel music all over the hallways here on Sundays. We pray in our locker room before games. So it's a safe space, and everyone's in touch with that side, and it's meaningful for everybody. So,
well, I'll pray for you guys today.
Thank you.
Sonia Citron's had 2 strong games against the Wings this season. Just what are some things that are important to consider when trying to slow her down?
Yeah, she's, a rookie and an incredible rookie, an all-star as a rookie. So she just impressed by the speed at which she plays, and she plays both sides of the ball. So, she's going to be on, opponent's best player. So we'll see some of her on Paige. I'm sure we'll see her on Enrique as well with her length, just a smart defender. So, we've got to handle her disruption on that end of the floor, right? Good denial guard, makes catches tough. So we've got to be able to still demand catches and not let her disrupt us on that side of the ball. And then offensively, she doesn't stop moving too. She's just a great cutter off the ball. As soon as she passes it, she's always cutting. She's putting pressure on the rim, pressure on the hoop, scores from all 3 levels. So there's got to be attention to her, especially off the game she's coming off of against Minnesota. So we've got to, one, get into her, make her feel us from the tip, and then mix it up, just showing her different coverages and try to keep her off balance.
Win-loss record aside, you guys seem to be almost in every game competitive. How encouraging is that to see for the future?
Yeah, it's extremely encouraging. And it just the difference between winning and losing in this league is marginal. It's extremely small. It's a couple possessions here and there that swing a game, to the 6-8 points. So encouraged by our team. Again, I've just loved that we've had plenty of games where it was slipping and you could have seen it go 25, 30, let's throw in the towels. But 9 times out of 10, it has come, 2 possessions, 3 possessions, scratching and clawing. All right, and then you just kind of run out of steam because you work so hard to bring it that close. So encouraged, appreciate our fight and our resiliency and our ability to stay together and just keep coming back. And now our growth area is to not dig those holes and to start stronger.
Coach, how much do you tap in onto the other coaches' mindset, such as when we're making a run and, we're pulling ahead or whatever, just really doing good, and the opposite team's coach calls timeout. She's setting up, or he is setting up a plan to defend what we are doing to stop our run. How much do you tap into the coach's mind, or try to coach in, to defend what she's telling her team to do? What is your defense mechanism? Because when they call timeout, what they're doing, they're setting up something to slow you down. So what is your comeback? What are you doing? What is your mindset, coach to coach?
Yeah.
What is your mindset to try to divert what she's trying to do?
Sure. I think, one, our assistants do a phenomenal job of opponent scouting as far as tendencies go. So, time and score, how's the game going? When timeouts are called, you'll have a feel for, okay, in this instance, they probably want to get this person a touch, or this is the action that they like to go to. So we can prepare our team in the huddle for what's about to come. And then it's a balance, right, of continuing to do what's been working versus trying to play these mind games of, well, if they do this and they, sometimes you overthink it too much and play into the hand. So you've got to just continue to stand on your anchors and do what's been working. But the scouting piece is what it helps us to have feel in those moments and to be able to prepare our players for what could potentially happen.
Mystics made a pretty significant trade deadline move. Also, how is this team different without Brittany Sykes? What have you seen in their last couple of games?
Yeah, she was an all-star as well, a dominant ball handler for them, and she just puts so much pressure on the rim and on the paint, right? She gets to the free throw line, she puts so much pressure, and she was a veteran presence and an organization for them, right? So now they've got just lots of youth ball handlers, right, with Melbourne, Shug, and then we'll see if JC gets in the game here today, but more youth kind of running the point and organizing them that way. And then again, Slim is a two-way player. She's can be really disruptive on the defensive end. So if you lose a defender like that, next person up on that side of the floor.
It feels like there's a lot of parallels to how these two organizations are building, right? Do you see some similarities in kind of their philosophy and what Dallas is trying to do as well?
Yeah, just where both these organizations are at, just really investing in the youth. Washington, just picking up assets late here to continue to build through the draft and through the youth that you have. And then when this free agency starts and with the new CBA and, there's just so many unknowns, can you land a couple free agents combined with the youth that you've been investing in that have been getting tremendous experience combined with some draft picks, and you set yourself up to hopefully continue the building process.
Christian on the Zoom.
Hey, Coach, just wondered, could you speak to Maddie Seegers's comeback and, a couple games she's played? It doesn't look like she's missed any time at all. And the conversations you guys might have had on the sidelines of what she's learned, viewing the game on the bench rather than playing.
Yeah, Maddie, again, number one, it's her consistency with her energy, effort, motor, nonstop. You saw in that run against New York, right? Just gets us easy buckets because she consistently runs the floor. So that tenacity up and down the floor just hasn't missed a beat for her, and she'll continue to get even faster. And when she gets her conditioning comes back, and then it's just mixing her in with this new group, right? Playing her at the wing, playing her at the four a little bit. She's been mostly at the wing here, but there'll be moments here when she's at the four. So just her being comfortable swinging both ways there at the guard and forward position, and then defensively that continues to be Maddie's area of growth. So continuing to lean into that side of the ball and be a really good system defender, and again help. She's a veteran at this point for our team, so we need as many voices as we can get out there helping to keep us organized.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.